So we're gonna move to the next section, which is skip rewards. All right, then we have 2 3 4 more options to go for. So same thing is here, it's just a different position. So we need the image on the left and the text on the right. So what they did, they just flipped it. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna just for now take this section, all right, and paste it, all right, and get rid of the, because there's no slider, so we don't need a slider technically. That makes our life easier actually. So just we're gonna move this items outside. All right, so just get rid of the slider. Awesome. All right, so this, I'll just take the color. Okay, come back to this. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna first we'll give it a section, a different, so just call it thirds or more rewards section. All right, and just remove this. So you see nothing happen here. All right, so just delete this right now, or they will remove this right now for now. So reward section has a color for this color. So where is this color? Maybe it's the same color but different opacity. So just get this color first, then all right, so we'll just go for this color right now, just to identify our section, differentiate it from the one that we have on the top. All right, perfect. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a column. We need a column. All right, this time we needed 8 4, so we last time we did 8 4, now we need 4 and 8. Perfect. So we're gonna do, we're gonna give it a height of, what was the height of the section? It's probably gonna be the same, right? It looks same to me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give it the height of 500, this section, or just give it a height to column instead, both the columns. All right, so now on the right side, do we have a color for this, so we just want to play with the opacity. Why this stupid column doesn't have a color? All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna just, a quick way for me to find is, I'll bring this image into Sketch. All right, this is a screenshot, so I'm gonna just take a fill. All right, borders, take this. All right, cool. So I have the color code now. Let's minimize, go back to our website, and just go ahead, give it a background of, yeah, perfect. So that solves our problem pretty much. So do we need this lady image? We don't have it, but we can, again, rewards images. So let's see if we can find the lady picture. Oh, here. Actually, we got the entire section, but we don't need the entire section, so we'll just, oh, maybe we can use it, not yeah, that's better. What we can do, we can just save this thing as an image, rewards image. All right, and what we can do, what I'm thinking right now, is instead of playing with the colors and dividing into columns, all right, that's for the other section, we just get rid of the columns. What we're gonna do, so we add this reward section, and we go and we give it a height of 500. All right, and then we add a image. So image that just we added, this one, awesome. So this will take our pane a little bit away. We'll just call it cover center fix, not fix, yeah. So if we just preview it, perfect, it looks like the same. So that's a good news. So a little bit smaller though, but what we can do to make it small, can we, or we can't? Let's click here. Alright, so this looks same to me. Now we have the heading, paragraph, and the button. Alright, so we're gonna take a container. You know what? Maybe we'll just need this image, or no? Okay, let's just go for now. So we're gonna add a div. Alright, so we're just gonna give it a flex. Alright, and we're gonna float it on right. Alright, so we'll give it a height of 500 and a width of 600. Alright, so our text should come here. Yeah, so we'll give it a height of width of 700 instead. Alright, in this div we're gonna add h2. Let's say the skip. Oh, sorry, skip rewards. So what you're gonna do is we're just gonna click, and first we will reduce its weight. We'll call it normal because it's okay, right? And just go for it and take the size. What's the size of the thing is? Inherit. Okay, so weight, line height is 21. Font size doesn't look 40. They have used it as SVG, so we'll just go back. Okay, so we're gonna click this. All right, so this means now you can style this particular words separately. So let's say if I go and add a property of extra bold, so just like the way we want here. All right, so we can actually do it, and we click the whole heading again, click this, yeah, perfect. So what we're gonna do for this div also, we're gonna just flex and center, not center, just keep it to left. Moving on, we're gonna add a paragraph. Right, so we're just gonna there's no signs. Right, so what we need one more paragraph. All right, so we're gonna copy this only. Right, so just to arrange it in a manner, we just flex it vertically. Perfect. All right, so this is what we have achieved today so far, and then we need to add a button. So we'll just click here, add a button. All right, so it add a shadow when we hover over, and it removes it darken the color itself. So what we're gonna do first, we'll design the button itself. So we just select the background. Yeah, so this is okay. All right, so just to make sure, so 1.3 red spacing. Okay, so we're just gonna make it a little bit more bigger, 20, and we add a padding to it. Let's make it 15, and this 20 and 20, and just reduce the size of the text. We don't need that big text, so 16 and 16. All right, so increase the padding a little more, maybe 30 on right and left. All right, and what's the text there? Learn more. So we're just gonna double click, caps lock on, learn more. All right, so what we see here is I think a little bit bigger, so we're gonna just increase its size, maybe 45. All right, increase its size to 16, and then 16, and then we're gonna add a padding on the right for the div. Let's say go with 100. All right, so just if we look at it, it's pushed towards the right in our scenario. It's a little bit on the right. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna bring it more on the left. So go back to canvas. All right, so we'll do 140 instead, and then we add a margin to the div, 60 or maybe 100. All right, yeah, that's okay. That's okay now. All right, so cool. So we need to reduce this. I'm just making a medium or semi bold. It's okay. Okay, so and add a margin, top margin, paragraph 20, and this one should automatically take this. I think 20 is more than enough. So we just go for the 10. We make it 10. How far is this? So we'll just make 20 this one. All right, so if you see, there's a little bit border radius on the right, on the edges of the button. So we're just gonna click the button, go down, add a radius. Maybe just try with 5, or let's start with 10. 10 will be too much, right? Yeah, it's got more curves, so we just make it 5 for now. If you just want to see exactly how much you need, so just click inspect, and you can see there somewhere it's going to say the border radius. It's a 4 pixels, right? So we'll just stay with 4. Actually, I like 5, but let's stick to what we have on the website. All right, so cool. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna add this function. So what we want is, when we move our mouse onto the button, it should behave like this. So if we just pay attention, what 2-3 things happening are here. One, once we move our mouse, it's called hover over. So when you hover over the button, the color of the button becomes a little bit darker. All right, it means it loses opacity, and it gives you a little shadow. So if you notice somewhere here and here and here, when I hover over it, it drops a shadow of the button. So what we can do, we can click here. This is the easiest way to do the hover animation, and we'll be learning more about deep into some complex interactions where we can actually add multiple things at the same time. So just go with the plain one right now. So we just click here in the selector, and we click hover. So when you see hover, that means now it is taking instructions as if what should happen to button once the mouse comes on top of it. So if you see, if I remove it, it goes back. So if I click it, it's not there, but I have to select hover in order to define. So excuse me. So now what's going to happen is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop it opacity. No, but it doesn't work like it doesn't. That's not what it is. So we're just going to go with a darker color maybe. All right. So one change we did, all right, and we would know what we have touched when it's hovered. So when it's showing hover on the green on the top, anything that blue, that means it's a property of hover. So that means this is what you have changed after clicking on hover button. All right, so now we want to add a shadow. So we click box shadow, and we set an angle for down, and then we click a distance. We see how far. We're just gonna play with the values till the time we achieve actually what we see on the website. So I think this should be okay, and we're gonna just give it a little bit different color, so make it more. So yeah, so if you see, if I place my mouse there, it gives me a hover field. So let's preview it in our dashboard. So perfect, see, so the same thing is happening to what we saw here. All right, So everything is same, right? Perfect. I think we just need to make button size a little more bigger. So I'll make it 40 and we'll make it 20 on the top and bottom. Yeah, I think this is okay now. So now what we have finished is first, second, and the third section. So we're almost there. So what we want to move on next is this section. This is pretty much simple. So we're gonna do just take this image. So it should be somewhere here. I'm sure we can get this. Mobile app images. So let's have a look at it. Normally when we design websites for our clients or for ourselves, we create images from scratch, but in this tutorial we're not focusing on creating any UX or UI. It's the only thing we're focused is we are applicating the clone of SkipTheDishes onto the WEBFLOW. So this will, like, what I believe the best way to learn is learn by doing. So this is how I learned it, and this is how I want you guys to learn it. So what we can do, we can just take any random image for now, all right, and then use the same image, or we just take a screenshot. All right, it's better because it's black anyways. So take a screenshot, all right, and then what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a section. We're gonna go to body, add a section. All right, we'll call it a download app section. You can name this anything that you want. I'm just naming it randomly. So this thing is also looks like 500 in size and height to me. So I'm gonna just click here and define a height of 500 pixels, and I'm gonna just click here and take the color. So whatever the color they have given it as a background. This one, this is a color. All right, so just copy this, go back and give it a background color, paste the value here. No, I don't think that's a one. Nope. How about the black color you saw? Just give this a try. Yeah, much better. So what you're gonna do, we have 2-3 things going on here. One, so we're gonna add 2 divs, right? So we use a container for now because we don't have anything on the right and left edges. So what we're gonna do, we only wrap this thing in the middle. So we'll use a container. Okay, so one is the container, then we have 2 divs inside it. One will carry the image, the other will carry one div which will carry these elements. Then inside div we'll also have one div which will carry these icons. All right, so we need just to define again, we need a container. All right, div, or again we need a oopsie. All right, so container. All right, here we can make the use of different colors. So div inside container. All right, and then we will add another div inside the div. So what we're looking at is, just click here, go back. So first we'll add a container. All right, so we're gonna, again, the flex part,